Hello, this is a video blog of my 2022 Triumph Tiger Sport 660 5,000 mile review. I bought the Tiger Sport back in May of this year, 2022, and I have just eclipsed the 5,000 mile mark, and I'd just like to give a little update on how wonderful of a bike this is, especially considering it's a little light in the power for my preference. However, it's not a slow motorcycle. I'm just used to riding a much faster bike. And I've test ridden some other motorcycles, including faster motorcycles, just to get an idea of how things compare. If you watch most reviews about this motorcycle, you will see that nobody has anything negative to say about it. And I can tell you, after riding it 5,000 miles in 6 months and test riding other motorcycles, I can't find anything negative to say about it either, and I really can't find a motorcycle that I want to replace it with. It's definitely a comfortable, upright, sport touring riding position, but it's a very sporty ride. Again, it's a quick, powerful, torquey 660 triple cylinder engine. That triple engine is just absolutely amazing. It took about 1,000 miles to work the vibrations out of it, and now it's just butter smooth. I installed the quick shifter, which goes up and down, and that's really all I've done to the motorcycle. It's still new, it's still under warranty, so I don't want to really modify anything. Oh, I also did upgrade the horn. I never have understood why motorcycle manufacturers put completely inadequate horns on motorcycles. It makes no sense. But the bike is beautiful. Physically, I get compliments on it all the time. People see it and they just love it. Harley riders love it. People who want to get into motorcycles love it. The things that I would improve on it, which don't really need much improvement, again, are the power, and the brakes are really good. It's got dual discs up front, but I would want to put a more touchy-feely scent brake on there so that you could see, so that you could have just a better feel. But there's certainly more than adequate stopping power. The rear brake is a little insensitive and numb as well, but it works really well. No complaints on it at all. Yesterday on a ride, I practiced some trail braking technique, and the bike just handles so well that unless you're on a track, you really don't need any super advanced race riding type techniques. You just need to ride the motorcycle, slow down a little bit, and lean it over into the turn, and it goes. But I haven't had any issues with this motorcycle, the riding, the handling. If I'm around 50 miles an hour in 6th gear, it gets 100 miles an hour all day. 65 miles an hour, it gets 70 miles a gallon. It's just a really incredible motorcycle all the way around. I did initially have some butt soreness on the seat when I first got it. The seat wasn't initially super comfortable. It's not super padded. It's quite firm. There's also a very wide area where you sit on the seat that is a little disconcerting when you're riding because you're kind of sliding back and forth. And then, even though I haven't had a passenger on the bike and I keep this gear bag up here, the back seat is quite small for somebody. So you kind of shift forward and backwards around the seat, but it also gives you a lot of room to shift around on long rides so that you don't sit on one part of your bottom for too long and get uncomfortable. And I used to get sore on this bike, but now I don't. Sometimes on long rides I might need to stop and stretch my legs a little bit, but that's true on any motorcycle. And a long ride where you need to stop and stretch on this bike is, say, after 3 hours of riding, which you can easily do between the fuel consumption and the roads in Colorado. You can just ride and ride and ride. So I would highly recommend this bike for a first-time rider, a very experienced rider, or somebody who's just really looking for a really well-balanced, efficient, reliable, awesome motorcycle to ride as a daily rider or as a cruiser, a tour, or even, what I do. I do sport riding on this motorcycle mostly. And so, it's a multi-purpose machine and it does everything very well.